All right, here we are. We're freaking live, guys. We got some important stuff to talk about. Get this music out of here. We got important stuff to go over here. All right. So this live stream literally will not take very long. I've got to go to wrestling in like 20 minutes max, more like 15. So we're going to keep it brief and short. The question here is, are we going to go to war with Iran this weekend? Now, I've been hearing rumblings and rumors, right? I did a live stream last night where I was like getting a little heated. I ended up deleting it, but I got a little heated, and I was like, we need to strike these mother flowers, right? And so shortly after that, I received some very credible information from some friends, and they basically told me, "Hey, listen, we're gonna hit them hard this weekend." And after that, I went down a bit of a rabbit hole. And long story short, literally all day today, I was watching the stock market. I was watching crude prices, and I was saying, the market's not pricing this in. It's not pricing this in. What's going on? But literally about, I'd say 5 minutes, 10 minutes after market closed today, right now, it came out that we've begun hitting targets in Syria and Iraq. Now it's being reported from NBC News that the U.S. has begun retaliatory strikes in the Middle East. And so it's all coming out. And it's all literally happening now, which is interesting that literally it happens right after market close. And another thing that's kind of interesting about this is at 4:15 Eastern Standard Time, you're not able to trade options after that point, right? So literally this all happened like literally right after the options market closes. And if you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. But basically, it's hard to trade. Anyway, it's hard to trade after that. You can trade aftermarket, but it's, damn it, Will, what are you trying to say? I'm trying to say that this is all well thought out and well coordinated, right? This also comes on the weekend where Israel and Hamas are supposed to potentially agree to a ceasefire, a 6-week ceasefire. There's a lot happening right now, and we're going to keep you updated on it because obviously I'm going to be following it quite closely for what I do in the market and everything. I will continue to keep a close eye on this. I will continue to be talking with my contacts on this, and anything that I can put out here on the live streams, I absolutely promise you that I will. Are we going to hit Iran directly? No. In my opinion, absolutely freaking not. It's an election year. Don't forget. Don't remember. They would like you not to remember that. No, don't forget. It's a freaking election year, guys, right? So no, I almost can guarantee it with almost certainty that we're not going to strike inside Iran. What we're going to more than likely do is hit these proxy groups. We've more than likely already figured out who was responsible for that attack on Tower 22. We've taken everything into consideration. We've gathered all the intelligence that we need, and we're just going to hit them hard. We're probably going to hit all the proxy groups and just take a bunch of them out. And, listen, the administration realizes the American people want to see shit blow up on TV, right? They're going to show us that. Whether or not, half of it is real, who knows? But that's what they're going to give us. They know what the American people need and want, and they're going to give us that. And the likelihood of Iran retaliating against any of these strikes on their proxy groups is low. Now, this is if everything that I'm thinking goes according to the plan, right? If everything that I'm seeing and thinking and game planning out happens, we'll hit their proxy groups hard, and that'll be that. Right. We'll basically let the world know, hey, listen, don't fuck with America. We'll kill all of you if you do, but we're not gonna hit Iran directly because that obviously they're crazy. They'll go to war. Now, Iran basically came out talking more smack today and was saying that we need new BRICS currency, right? For those of you who don't know, BRICS is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and I think there's more nations that join that now. And it's a series of nations that kind of want to do their own thing with oil and whatnot, and basically say, screw you to America and the West. It's going to be very interesting to keep following what happens. Obviously, the weekends are fairly busy for me, but I will keep you updated, and we will be going live from time to time, depending on what happens. Now, as far as the Israel-Palestine conflict goes, and the potential peace deal that might be going on there, we'll see what happens. I could see it where we simultaneously strike these cocksmokes, and also at the same point, Israel and Hamas agree to a ceasefire. Hamas agrees to hand over what prisoners they have left, and Israel hands over double the amount of prisoners. Now, again, don't forget that when Israel takes a bunch of prisoners, it's not like these guys are all fighters, right? Like more than half of the prisoners, POWs that they have, are not combatants, right? They're just like random people, Palestinian people they've taken and arrested. So when Israel agrees to give back double the amount of hostages or prisoners that Hamas has, like, it's not a bad deal for Israel, because again, most of those people, or I'm not saying most, more than half of those people, more than likely, are just regular people that Israel's like freaking arrested and are keeping. So I could easily see that happening simultaneously. You see a peace deal here. You see the United States get even with Iran here, and then that's it. Things kind of normalize, right? And then on Monday, we see the stock market go up. That's kind of what I'm thinking at this point. I highly doubt that we will see any type of direct conflict with Iran. They don't want that, in my opinion. They want to talk a bunch of shit, but they don't really want that. I think they're very intimidated and scared right now. And I think that Iran, secretly behind closed doors, is very upset with the factions that took direct action against our bases. I don't think they will say that. I think they want to save face and like appear like we're the big guys in the Middle East, But I don't think that's, I think they know that's not the case. I don't think they want a direct conflict with the U.S. And I think that more than likely, as long as we strike their proxy groups, they'll think, okay, well, we had that coming. I mean, there's nothing much we can really do about that, but we're going to leave it at that. And that's that. So I think that we could see some interesting stuff over the weekend. I think that potentially even into next week, we could see some stuff. And I think there's going to be a lot of channels out there using this to get clicks, to get views, to get likes, and putting stuff out that says, like, we're going to war with Iran, blah, blah, blah. But I don't think that's the case. I think that actually this will be potentially the climax, and that we will see stability come out of this. And don't forget that, like, overall stability is what everybody wants. At least the Western nations, like, stability is what we want. And even to a large degree, the Middle Eastern nations, they want stability. They just want this shit with Hamas to come to an end. So if that happens, I think this could potentially be like the head and the climax, I think this could potentially be that. And I think that going into next week and the week after that, I think we could see things really start to calm down. Obviously, could it go the other way? Yes, but that's not what I'm looking at or predicting right now. I'm frankly thinking this might be more of the opposite than war. But again, you don't know. Let me just check real quick before I get going. Retaliatory U.S. airstrikes have begun in Iraq and Syria. That's all I'm getting right now. I'm not seeing anything else. Yeah, so these are Iranian-linked militia targets inside Syria and Iraq. Exactly what I thought. Man, yeah, I'm not seeing anything else. So, in my opinion, that's what we're going to see. That's what's going to happen. All right, guys, I gotta go. I got wrestling, so I'm going to go like do some MMA, and then I will keep you updated as things transpire and happen. Until next time, please remember that you were your first and last line of defense. Stay safe out there, guys. Take precautions, right? Stay ready so you don't got to get ready. I'll more than likely see you soon. All right, cheers, mother flowers.